Hi there, this is Stephen Gardner, best-selling author of Taming Wall Street and A Bridge Over Troubled Wall Street. And I wanted to talk to you about future market drop. If you've looked back on the last 100 years of the stock market, or even the last 20 years, or last 10 years, or since 2000, you have seen the volatility of the stock market. And one thing that I want to talk about today on this video is, as you get closer to retirement, you have to start pulling away from that speculation and that volatility and getting into fixed instruments that can give you a stream of income or reliable interest that you can live off of so that you're not depleting your principal. And a friend of mine sent me an interesting article today that, I know this stuff, but it was just a good reminder for me. And if it was a good reminder for me, then I definitely want to share it. But this article talks about the major drops that we have seen in the stock market, just even in the last 30 years. And we saw that in the 80s, the 1987 crash, Black Monday, if you want to Google that, the savings and loan crisis of the 90s, the dot-com bubble, followed by the 9/11 attack that had 3 years of double-digit losses back-to-back. Then things got good just in time for the Great Recession. 2007 started to drop. 2008 was a 38% loss. A little bit of 2009, and then it started to come back. 2011, not really much there. 15, not great. And then just this last year, going into Christmas of 2018, there was about a 10 to 12% loss, depending on your portfolio. So the thinking that I wanted to share with you is, let's say that you're 65 years old. There's a good chance that you're going to live to age 90 based on life expectancy improvements and medication, our lifestyles. If in the last 30 years there's been 4 or 5 major downward corrections and you're going to live another 25 or 30 years, how many are you going to see in the future? And how are you going to be prepared for those? Because it's one thing to be, age 35 and working up towards age 65 from the 80s up till now. It's a completely different thing to be 65 and have another 25 or 30 years. This is the time when you cannot afford to lose. You simply do not have time, right? Baby boomers have 2 big concerns. Number 1, am I going to run out of money? And number 2, if I have a loss, how do I make up for that? And there's just not time. And so you have to leave the game where losing money is a part of the game, and move over into programs that aren't going to lose. And we have access to platforms that even during the Great Recession, clients did not lose any money. They might not have had a gain, or maybe had a small gain, but they did not lose. They did not take 5.5 years to get back to break even and then start earning again. During the dot-com bubble and then the 9/11, again, they didn't lose any money. And so as you get closer to retirement, you need to start learning about these safer platforms and ways to protect your money, number 1, and then number 2, to get consistent growth on that money, so that you can keep up with inflation and the rising cost of living. It's getting very expensive to live in America. And so anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. As we look back 30 years, 4 or 5 major downturns in the market that really threw Americans off. And then what does the next 25 to 30 years look like? I don't know. I know this. The market's going to go up some years and it's going to come down other years. And when it comes down, it can be detrimental. So if there's anything I can help you with, please reach out to me at Stephen with a PH at yourbridgeplan.com. Otherwise, thanks for checking out today's video.